Write the following as a decimal. 7 over 9. Now this is a little tricky because we don't have a 10 anymore here, and we have a 9. So what does that mean? Well, we can ask ourselves, how many times does 9 go into 7? And when you ask yourself that question, you realize you can't even do that. And so you have to start doing long division. Now, it's not even as simple as just saying you have to do long division. You have to think about what can we do with this 7? What can we do with that 7? Well, one way to think about this is this 7, you can imagine when you deal with money, because I would hope you guys are familiar, and let's just say that this is $7, okay? And if you have $7 and you want to give it to, let's say, 9 of your friends, you want to give it to 9 of your friends, it's hard to do that, right? Because you can't evenly, you have only $7. So think about how could you give it to 9 of your friends if you only have $7? So what can you do? Well, you can go to a bank or someplace, um, and you can ask them to give you, instead of dollars, you can ask for dimes. So how many dimes make up $7? So how do we change $7 to something that you can divide amongst 9 people? Well, we can ask ourselves, how many other units make up $7? You can do pennies, you can do quarters, dimes, and I think to make everyone's life easy, let's just go with dimes. Okay? So that's 10 cents. One dime is 10 cents. And for $1 is equal to 10 dimes. Okay, so that's something that you now know if you already didn't. So if $1 is 10 dimes, that means $7 is 70 dimes. And now you can ask yourself, can 9 go into 70 dimes? And the answer is yes, it can. So let's do that. Let's do that division. So 9 divided by 70. How many times does 9 go into 70? 7 times. 7 times 9 is 63. And then when you do the subtraction, you get 7. And then you have a decimal going down. And you are still left with 7. So it's just 7, 7 repeating. Okay? Now you can think of the dollars as the ones place and the dimes as the tens place. And so when we're dealing with the dimes, or let me write this down. When we're dealing with this dimes or tens, we have to know that whatever's over here, the answer will be 0.7. And so whatever's over here will end up here. And because it's repeating, which is that bar over here, it'll always just be 7, 7 going forever to the right. So that's the answer.